Hello and welcome to Big Breakfast Gaming. My name is Mike and this is episode 1 of my Assassin's Creed Odyssey playthrough. In this episode I'll be starting a new game and tackling the main missions on Kephallonia. So if you'd like to join me on this adventure, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like and hit that notification button to be notified when the next episode is available. Time to play.
Nom nom nom. Big breakfast!
Okay, so let's get on with our game. Now I'm going to be starting a new game, however I should mention a couple of things. During my introductory video I used some footage which was from my original recording of my new game. However, unfortunately the inconceivable happened. I somehow accidentally deleted the video that I took along with several other videos that I was intending on deleting, and I got rid of them permanently, and unfortunately that meant that I needed to start the game again. So that's what we are going to do. Now, I'm going to be starting this new game and I will explain a little more as to how I'm going to be playing as we go, but I will be playing this game on normal difficulty and I will be playing it in guided mode. So let's go ahead and start. I will also be showing all cutscenes. I will not be removing any cutscenes from the game, and I'm going to try my best to not talk through any of them.
We are ready, my king.
Tell me, Lenakis, have you ever gone fishing with your son?
No, never. A soldier's life is all I've had the honor to know.
I would have liked to have gone fishing with my son. But no. Let us meet our fate, shall we? Spartans! Every breath that you have taken has led you to this moment. Every drop of blood, sweat, and tear, all of it has led to where you stand right now. The Persians come to make slaves of us all. I have a better idea. I say we drench the gods with their bloods! What say you, Spartans? For our sons! For our daughters! For Sparta!
Alright, so this is where we start off, middle of a battle, and the point of this part is to get used to the fighting system. So we're going to go through some of the moves that we have available to us. We do have some abilities currently, and we're being asked to try this one out. That's the Bull Rush. So this whole section of the game is using a character that we don't actually generally play with, and is using abilities that we won't have until later on in the game. But as I say, it's just to practice so that we get an idea of how it works. Okay, and you can practice as much as you want in this section, I believe. And when you're ready, you can move on. So if we go over to that corner right there, you can see it. We got one Persian fighting two Spartans. Then we'll activate the cutscene, which will take us into the final fight for this section, and then on into the game. Alright, so this is where we're going to practice a couple more ways of fighting. So here it wants us to press R3, that helps us lock on, and then dodge by pressing square. If you hold it for longer, you can dodge quite far by rolling away like that.
Your bloodline ends today, Spartan! I'll get drunk on your blood as the crows feed on your eyes! You will try, and you will fail! Xerxes is the king of kings! All will bow before him after I crush you! Come, fool! Enough talk! Time to die! My son is more of a warrior than you! Once I'm done with you, king, all of Sparta's sons will be slaves for Xerxes! Sparta's sons will rather die! No match for a Spartan!
Okay, so now we're going to head on into the game after the cutscene.
We are betrayed, my king. Xerxes knows of the path behind the mountain. They're coming.
By dawn, we will be completely surrounded.
We are Spartans. When are we not?
Spartans. That word will mean nothing when Xerxes wipes your bloodline from the face of you.
Today was a day the Persians will never forget. Tomorrow is a day the world will remember.
Finally.
Wow, this is big, Layla. Did you really think it's the spear?
This is the one. The book was almost right on top of it. I've never been so lucky in my life. Okay, let's start her up.
Are you sure we can trust this thing? I mean, the book could be...
Just started, Victoria.
You're the boss, boss. I'll prep it for you.
Okay, so worth noting, I've made some changes since you were last in here.
There's no keeping up with the tech industry these days.
I can crank up the simulation to maximum sensory synchronization if you're up for it.
Okay, so this is where we get to make our first decisions, and as I said before, I'm going to play this in normal mode. There is an option during the game to change it to harder mode if you prefer, or even easier mode. I think there's a setting that if you go into nightmare mode, you won't be able to bring it back down, but I can't be 100% certain. But if we find that normal's too easy, then we will take it into hard mode.
Let's take this one step at a time.
Understood. If you're looking for something a little more intense, I can always adjust the settings for you later. This bit will let me know how much information will be fed to you during your time in the Animus.
Alright, so again, as I mentioned before, I am going to go guided mode because I prefer being able to see what is available in each of the areas that I enter.
Give me as much information as you got. There's no way I'm going in there without some guidance.
Glad to help. You can always change your mind later. Listen, Layla, before you go off...
If this book is right, this spear, this story, it will change everything.
You're putting a lot of faith in a fairly unreliable source. Historian or not, this guy wrote about magical objects and the will of the gods.
He's not Homer. Herodotus was the first recorded historian, so there's a lot more truth in that text than you think. I mean, what better way is there of finding Isu artifacts than by trusting in the guy who claimed to meet an actual descendant?
I know, but...
I need you to trust me. You could be right. This spear, this book, it could all be crap. But something tells me it isn't, and I'm certainly not gonna let Abstergo find out first.
You're right. We haven't got much to lose anyway. There's just one small problem.
What is it?
This manuscript is in rough condition, to say the least. The DNA found on the spear has identified 2 different individuals. You're going to have to pick which strand of DNA to pursue. The choice is yours.
Okay, I'm going to choose Cassandra. And the reason for that is that I just find her voice less irritating, to be honest. I also think that Alexios makes a much better Demos. Spoilers. But I just think that playing as Cassandra is just more comfortable for me to do.
She'll help us find what we're looking for. I have a good feeling about this.
All right, boss. We're finally good to go. 431 BCE, here we come.
The start of the Peloponnesian War.
Good luck in there. No pressure or anything, but we're all depending on you.
Abstergo isn't gonna win this time. If what the book says is true and we do actually find the artifact, the assassins will finally have a chance to rise again.
You can do it.
Oh, and Victoria? Read the book. It holds the secrets I won't be able to find on my own when I'm in there.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Okay, so let's get ready to get into a game that has some absolutely amazing graphics. I absolutely adore these ones. And just check this out. And these are just some amazing graphics. It's a beautiful game. I can't remember exactly how long it's been, but it's been a long time that this game's been out, and the graphics, they still hold up for me. It's just amazing.
Shitface! Get down here! Cyclops got a message for you.
Tell your boss he can stick it.
That's for last week!
Malaka!
The Cyclops said you like to act tough, so act tough!
Get a little closer, and I will.
Lock on
You
with R,
should know by now. The
pressing
Cyclops
R3,
always collects
and then
debts.
using the
You
R
have a
control
lesson to
again,
learn.
If the
can
Cyclops wants to
switch.
teach me, tell him to come here himself.
parrying.
Never mess with the Cyclops!
last week. This shit happens every week. I can't keep doing this. Nah. Thanks for the warning. Oh.
What happened to you?
It's nothing, Phoebe. All taken care of now.
The Cyclops again, huh? Hasn't he learned his lesson yet?
Apparently not. Of course. Help yourself.
You hungry too, Icarus? Do you think Zeus would bless me with an ego like he blessed you, Cassandra? Maybe you could ask him for me.
So pretend to be a god, or set us straight.
I'll try to put in a good word for you.
Finally.
So, what are you doing here?
Oh, I almost forgot. Marcos is looking for you.
What does that weasel want now?
Don't know. He wants you to meet him at his new house. On his vineyard.
What? A vineyard? Malaka.
It's on the road to Sami. He says wine will make him rich.
As well as showing all the cutscenes, I'm also going to ask all the questions and have as much of the full-on conversation as I can, just to get a bit of a richer experience.
Since when has he had a vineyard?
Yesterday, I think.
So, Marcos, who owes me drachmi, is buying vineyards. With what money?
I don't know.
Where can I find Marcus's new, beautiful estate?
You know the statue of Zeus on Mount Ainos? It's south of that.
Well, I guess I owe Marcos a little visit. Thank you, Phoebe.
I'll go tell Marcos you're coming.
My head.
Decisions. This is one of those times where you get to make a choice. I can either let them go, or I can kill them. Let's just kill them.
You made a mistake coming here.
Okay, I do not know where he just flew off to.
I'll have to go up top to get dressed.
That was weird. If anybody knows where he went, please let me know. For all I know, he could be in the sea. That was definitely weird. The glitches do happen.
Let's get this on.
Okay, so let's go through a couple of things before we progress. I just picked up some armor, and I can have a look at that by going into the inventory menu. And I've got 2 bits of armor that adds 6 to my armor. And this will add about the same, I would think. Yep, 6. Just equip that. Weapons wise, I've only got the 1 weapon at the moment. And I can craft only basic arrows, although I don't have a bow yet. I do have a broken bow, I believe it's in my bag. And this will be fixed fairly soon through normal gameplay. And from that point on, we'll be able to use the bow, which is probably one of my favourite weapons in this. If we scroll over in the menu, we've got the abilities area. Now, in here, we have a hell of a lot of abilities that are available. And as we progress in levels, we'll get ability points, and we can use those and spend them on new abilities. And there is one in particular that I'm aiming for now, which is the second win, and to do that we've got to get to level 5. It is a very useful ability. It will give you back 25% of your maximum health, and you're going to find that's going to be absolutely necessary, especially when you come across enemies that are somewhat higher level than you. You'll notice that there are 3 abilities that have an exclamation mark on them at the moment, and that is Death Veil, Fury of the Bloodline, and Rapid Fire. And these are available to me because I have the additional DLCs installed. I have Legacy of the First Blade and also the Atlantis DLC. Those we will be playing when we get to them, although we'll probably get through the majority of the game before we start, and I'll probably be filming those particular missions separately to the main storyline. If we go over to quests, we will be able to see any missions that we currently have that we can activate. There will be missions on the board that we can't yet activate until we speak to the people necessary. If we go into map and just zoom in a little, we can see that the current mission, which is active, is So It Begins, which requires us to go and find Marcos and speak to him. There will be other missions that will show up around the area, and they will be represented by an exclamation mark in gold, inside of a gold diamond. Pretty much exactly as it showed in the inventory and in the abilities area earlier. But for now, the way that we're going to play this, the way I prefer to play this, is by first going to any of these eagle symbols that are in the area. These eagle locations are the sinking locations. We go there, get a nice view of the area, and once they're activated, we're able to fast travel to that location. And fast travel is highly important. I can't stress that enough. There are going to be missions that will require you to go from one side of the map to the other to complete. And by far the quickest way to do it is by fast travel. If you get to an area and you forget to activate the fast travel point, you'll be kicking yourself later on. So my recommendation, whenever you get to any particular area, divert yourself. Get out of the way of the direction that you're heading, forget the mission you're on, ignore all of that, and go straight for the eagle. Activate it, and you will then be able to continue on with the mission, knowing full well that you can fast travel back to this location at any point. Now, the way I'm going to be playing it is, as I say, first I'll be doing the sync points that I find in any areas. I'll be going out of my way to do that. I will then be focusing on the main missions, the storyline missions that are in any particular area. Following that, once I've reached the point where I need to leave that area, I will attempt to first do all of the side missions. Now, the side missions that I'm talking about are specifically the ones that will show up on the map in gold diamonds with a gold exclamation mark. Those are kind of the bigger ones that will give me more XP and more drachmi. After that is all done, I will do anything else that is active in the area, including these question marks that you'll find lying around the place. These question marks are locations that have tasks assigned to them. I currently don't have any that I can show you specifically because we haven't ventured into those particular points. Once you do, they will be active on the main map. You'll be able to see what it is that is required of you. And I intend on doing all of them before leaving any particular area. So as we get to each area, we will complete it, hopefully, before moving on. That is not to say that there won't be any storyline missions that will take you back to that area later on. And when they do, we'll do those storylines, and there'll be nothing left for us to do in that area other than the storylines. And we can then progress on to whatever area we have to go to next. So as I say, just to recap, it will be the sync points first, the main storyline missions, followed by the side missions that are marked as a gold exclamation mark inside of a gold diamond, and then any other missions and the locations that are in any particular area. I will also be editing out the travel time, or I'll probably do it as a speed up if I can, all of the travel times from getting from one place to another that is filled with nothing, basically, other than travelling. If anything of interest happens, if I get into a fight with some animals that attack me, or some people on the road, or if I get attacked by a mercenary, then obviously I will not cut that part out. I will show it. But I will, for the majority of the rest of the travelling that is done, I will be cutting it out. The reason I'm doing that is just to give you a better gaming experience so that you can actually watch more action rather than just boring walking from one part of the map to the other. But if you feel that it would be better if I showed that travelling, then please let me know in the comments. And I believe that's all we need to talk about right now. I think we can make our way to the first mission, which is So It Begins. Actually, before we go on, I am going to take you to the store. The store you can access by pressing the right button on the left hand side of the PlayStation controller. And yes, I am playing this on a PC. This has all been done on PC. It's much faster on the PC, but I am using a PlayStation 4 controller, as I do feel more comfortable with it, and I have been using it on the PlayStation 4 to play this game in the past. So that is why you can see the PlayStation symbols on the screen. If I do move the mouse accidentally, you'll notice that all the symbols change, and they show the PC symbols. However, once I start moving the controller again, they go back to the way they were before. But for now, I'm going to take you to the store, and the reason for this is that under the Own section, which you can scroll to pressing R1, I have a number of items. These are from previous plays. These are purchases that I made. I still have 1,300 Helix credits, which I'll probably use at some point, but I haven't got anything that I particularly want. I wanted these items that I currently have. Some of these other items, the purple items that we have here, which are the epic items, I received through, I think it was through the club. I do think it was through the club, so I think I got this separately to the rest. Don't recall buying them with Helix credits, so, but they don't have club, and normally they have club written on the top. Anyhow, I've brought you here because I am specifically going to get some of these items, and what I mean by that is you own them, but you don't have them. They're not in your playthrough yet. I can't take these 3 lieutenants. These are legendary lieutenants, and they will add some really good stats to my ship when I have my ship. I just don't have the ship yet, but when we get to that, I will be able to get them, and they will be able to be assigned to the ship and make my ship stronger, and I will bring them in time. The other things are these gold items. These are all legendary items, and I will be bringing them in later on down the line, not just yet. The reason for that is I don't feel I need them yet. If I was to bring them in now, they would come in at level 1. Each of these weapons would be level 1, and I would have to use a lot of resources and a lot of drachmi in order to change that and increase them at the blacksmiths as my level progresses. So I'd rather not do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until I'm a somewhat higher level and I feel like I need them, and then I'll be able to bring them in, specifically the weaponry. I'm not always that interested in the armor and bringing the armor in, although this does have some really good abilities attached to it. As you can see, when you have the Lion's Pride full kit, which I do have, then you'll have 10% crit chance and 50% crit damage while at full health, and that is quite important. It's a very good ability to have, and increasing your crit chance throughout the game as well as the crit damage is quite essential to getting some really good hit points on the enemies and making yourself as strong as possible. But it's the weapons that I prefer the most. Here you can see 30% damage while full health is the special ability. When you've got the weapon, you'll be able to attach that to other weapons. And here 25% damage after perfectly timed dodge. However, what I am going to bring into the game right now is this. This is Melena. She is a legendary Phobos skin. Phobos is the horse that we'll be getting very, very soon. We'll be getting her as soon as we speak to Marcos. But I'm not going to use the horse that I'm given. I'm going to use this particular skin, and the reason for that is the wings. This was a free item. It's a gift item from the store, and anyone can get it. It's available for everyone to purchase, and it's completely free. And you'll be able to add it to your game. And I strongly suggest that you do. The wings on this particular horse, as well as any other winged horse, if you wanted to get a different one, they are very, very useful. If you ride your horse off of an incredibly high cliff, your horse and yourself, you will both survive. The horse will glide down. The horse itself cannot fly. The wings do not allow for that, but it will glide down. And when I'm traveling from one place to another, I tend to climb over rocks and so on and jump off ledges. And rather than constantly lose life or get killed or lose a horse and have to recall it in, I rather have this horse so that we can make good use of her, really. So I'm going to add her to the game, and that's the only thing I'm going to add, at least for the moment. So let's head towards Marcos. This mission is already tracked, so we don't need to do anything but make our way there. And as I say, I will cut out any travel time, so it probably won't affect you too much. You'll be able to view me arriving there fairly quickly. So let's make the move. Okay, so now we have reached a point that is within 150 meters of our target, and once we're in 150 meters within range, we're able to just press the up button. That brings out Icarus. Now, to use Icarus, you simply press L2 to stop Icarus dead in his tracks, and then you use the R3 control to simply scan the area, and you'll notice that the circle goes inward and glows the closer that you get to what you're looking for. Once you're there,
Let's see what you've gotten yourself into this time, Marcos.
there we go. So we can see exactly where we need to go. Now, the marker was closer. It was within 150 meters, but the actual person was further away. So it looks as though it was 167 meters away, but the actual center point of the marker was closer. But when you get to within 150 meters, that's when you'll be able to call Icarus. It's not necessary for all missions, it's only for certain things. So that'll be fine. Now, what I will draw your attention to is down here. If you can see this particular item, we'll go into our map and have a very quick look just for an explanation. Now, in our map, now that we are heading there, we have this particular mission activated, as well as this one. Now, we can't see it in our quest list. It's not there yet. These missions, you need to go to them, you need to speak to the person in question, and then the mission will appear in your quest list, and it will be active for you to undertake. But as I say, we're going to do the main missions first. We're going to follow the main quest line, at least in this area, and then once we have completed everything for this particular area, we will do those side missions. We'll go around the whole map and do them there.
Guess this is the vineyard. Straight ahead.
Okay, let's see what Marcus has to say.
I keep telling you, you can't do that. Why? It's my farm. I can plant what I want. The grapes will die here. All of them. You have to forget what you know about the past, my friend. Together, we will revolutionize winemaking. Believe me, you will look back on this day and... Cassandra, thank the gods. Phoebe found you in time. About grapes. I can still hear you. I was worried sick. The Cyclops sent his scum to find you. I think they mean you harm.
I wish you would have told me that before they hit me. But that's beside the point. You bought a vineyard, Marcos? A vineyard?
Why not? I like wine, you like wine, everybody likes wine. Everybody buys wine. Why not from me?
Because you don't know how to grow grapes or make wine?
I'm a fast learner. You grow grapes on the vine, then you get some wine.
Is that simple, is it?
You know me better than to think I don't have a plan. Marcos always has a plan.
All right. Then do you have the money you owe me?
Do I have the money I owe you? Of course, of course. Well, no, not at the moment.
Then get it.
Instantly, my friend, instantly. But maybe you should do that. There is a merchant in Sami. I'm not very good at these things, as you know.
You want me to collect my own debt?
It's just waiting for you in Sami, my friend.
Who's the merchant?
Duris. You know Duris. He's very nice.
Stop giving Duris money. You're too kind to Duris. Let's be a bit nice about it.
Duris? Again? Why do you keep lending him money?
He's a loyal friend. I don't want his family to starve.
You're a good friend, but you're bad with money.
Okay, where is Duris?
Where can I find Duris?
In a shop in Sami overlooking the docks. You know this, Cassandra.
Will he be there?
You mistake me for the Pythia. I couldn't possibly know.
How do you want to handle this one?
Not like you handled that olive oil business. That was too much.
I got the money.
And now we'll never get any more from him. If you kill them all, nobody benefits. Threatening them, and maybe more. Breaking things, certainly. Steal the money if you have to, but don't rob me of my customers. Unless you can't avoid it. These things happen.
He'd better have my money, Marcos. I'd hate to have to sell our vineyard.
Of course he will. Oh, after there's another matter I want to discuss with you. After.
Fine, but I'm taking a horse. It's too hot and too long a walk to go on foot.
But...
Think of it as interest, Marcos. Everybody benefits.
Of course, my friend. You shall have your pick.
Okay, so now regardless of what's said about these horses, as I understand it, they have absolutely no bearing on the capabilities of the horse. Whichever horse you pick, it's exactly the same.
Tell me about this one.
The Skiros. You have an eye for sturdy stock, my friend. That horse can cling to mountain passes like a goat.
The one in the middle. Tell me about it.
Ah, you have picked a beauty, my friend. That horse is from Kephallonia, bred for its courage.
I like the look of the one on the right.
Ah, the Macedonian. These are bred for battle, a true warrior's horse.
I've made my choice.
Which one will it be?
Just this one will do.
The one on the left.
Fine choice. But this particular breed has a few quirks that you might not be aware of. I wouldn't want you to take an unworthy horse.
This is the one I want.
Are you sure? Because
I'm sure, Marcos.
everybody benefits, especially you. You've chosen the great Phobos. He's never let me down.
Phobos.
Remember, meet me at the temple in Sami when you have your money from Duris. Ah, Efterpi. There's plenty of wine left to buy. Don't fret.
Not now, you fool. Phoebe's been taken.
By who?
Thugs of the Cyclops. Who else? Snatched her right off the main road.
Tell me where they went.
In the direction of Itimena Beach.
The beach? Can she swim?
I'll get her.
Yes, go. But don't forget about dear Duris, Cassandra.
Can she swim? I mean, what kind of a question is that? Just because they're taking it to the beach doesn't mean they're going to throw in the water. Oh, just forget it. Anyway, so that's where we're heading now, right down there. Now you'll notice I didn't take the horse, and the reason for that is I'm now going to go back into the menu and back into the store, over to owned, and I am going to double check. Yep, we definitely got him. I'm sure I can't get these guys yet. Yep, definitely can't. So now that we're out here, I will be able to... I want to get further away from the other horse, just in case I accidentally somehow call that one. But if I hold down... She should have whistled, but she didn't.
Off we go now.
Oh, that's... What have I done wrong? Ah, there we are. Now that I've got the horse, I need to go into the inventory menu, down here to where Phobos skins are, click on there, and switch. And now, when I get off this horse, it should disappear. Yep. And I can call on a new Phobos, which looks a little different. Now, it's not very high, but if I go up on here and jump off, I also find that they cling, these horses with the wings, they cling to the top of the mountains better. If I go up here and jump off, you can see that they spread their wings and they glide down. Excellent stuff, excellent. Right, we're going to be heading over there. Let's have a quick look at our inventory, or our quests. That's what we had. We've got some new quests. They'll pop up with the exclamation mark and the diamond on them. Now this one is currently active. When you're within a mission, when you complete each part, it will activate the next mission, unless the next part is a separate part of the mission, if it's considered as two separate parts, in which case you'll have the opportunity to activate it on screen, or you can come into the quests menu and you can activate it here, and you can see which ones are your main quests, because they'll be under Odyssey. So if I click Odyssey, these are the main quests. If I go into add-on quests, we've got none at the moment, but this will be where any of our add-on quests are. That includes the DLCs, as well as the, I think it's called the Stories of Ancient Greece, Tales of Ancient Greece, I believe. We'll see them when they come up. Any world and character missions will come up. You'll be able to isolate them here. And bounties and contracts, which I haven't mentioned, but is highly, highly important, they will pop up here. And I will mention that as soon as we get to a message board.
Let's go.
But first, I think our first mission is to go right down here to save Phoebe. Now you'll see there's a message board here, so we might go past there next just to have a look at what's on there and talk about bounties and contracts. Now one thing I do urge you to do is to keep an eye out for any anything that you might be able to collect or pick up.
I'll sneak up on them.
There are items that you can gather. I believe there's... Is there any here that we can at least see? No, not yet. Maybe around here. Ah, there we go. So as you can see, this tree here is flashing. This is an olive tree, and we can use that. We get wood from these, and it is quite essential. Wood especially is very difficult to come across. Usually we'd get more from destroying ships, but as you're coming past, you can just press triangle to loot that and collect it. There's also other minerals and things that you can find lying on the ground, and you can collect as you go. And it is quite important that you collect these things.
Or I'll tighten those ropes.
She'll make good ransom drachmi for the Cyclops.
No one's gonna buy me from you. They're all poor.
Keep quiet, Phoebe.
Okay, so we've been seen, and it instructs us immediately to crouch down and get ourselves into the grass, and this will teach us how to assassinate. So the basic ability for assassinating that we have requires us to just tap triangle. That will do a very basic assassination. Later we'll have other options.
Can't let the rest of those Malekes get away.
Alright, now I could come out of there and I could attack them, but I don't want to do that. I'm just going to take them on slowly. So to call this guy to me, I'm just going to press triangle. Sorry, not triangle, I'll press the down button. And that will give a short whistle. And we'll make him come to me. Now one thing worth noting is, I'll show you that in a second actually. Let's call this guy over and get rid of him, or her.
That Marcos is going to be next.
I've said it now and I don't know if it will do it. But this particular character here is not inside of the bush. They're outside the bush. I could call that character using my whistle and they'll come in. But if I try to assassinate from here, I wonder if it will do it. What I expect to happen is that they'll pull them into the bush, assassinate them in the bush, and therefore conceal the body. It didn't do it on this occasion, and I'm wondering if it's because there are no other people around to witness it. Sorry, I'm just going to get rid of something off my screen. There we go. And let's go and talk to Phoebe. Oh, we can loot treasure as well. And that actually completes this area.
Are you alright?
It wasn't so bad. Last time they put a cloth in my mouth so I'd stop biting.
Phoebe, just be careful. You're alone now
since my parents died? I'm okay. I've got you, and you've got me and Marcos. We're your family, right?
You'll have to be stronger than that.
Don't give in! Let him have it! Got you.
Again, up.
Yes, Pater.
A Spartan rises as soon as they have fallen. Ready your stuff. Widen your stance. A soldier grounds themselves. Good. Good. Approach me.
That's enough, Nikolaos. The sun's going down. Time to eat, don't you think?
What are we eating tonight?
Tonight we are having baby Alexios. And what a feast he will be.
No, not him. Take me instead. I'm tasty.
Yes, you're all sweet as honey. Now, come inside. The lamb's turning black.
Here. Lay him in his bed.
Yes, Pater.
Cassandra. You are my greatest pride. Remember that. You will bring this family to glory. Go.
Right.
You worry too much.
You don't worry enough.
We'll be alright if we watch out for each other. Which reminds me, the thug said you should watch your back.
What they say?
They said the Cyclops put a big bounty on you. Talos the Stonefist wants you dead.
Talos the mercenary? Am I ever not in trouble?
Better get him before he gets you. I hear he's really mean. I'll find my way back to town. Here!
Talos the Stonefist?
Now we really need to get our level up.
Another broken nose. I'm going to have to take care of that.
Okay, so we've just gone up a level. So this is Talos here, the Stone Fist. He's after us now, and he's level 5. He's going to be difficult to beat at level 5, which is why he's marked down as red within his shield. We really need to increase our level as quickly as possible, and he will be after us very, very fast. He will track us down with no problem. But we'll deal with that, that's fine. Now, in the ability section, we have one ability point because we have gone up a level. We are now level 2. And I'm going to want something that's going to help us in the coming battle. Maybe a charged heavy attack. Maybe the Sparta kick. I'm actually going to go with the Sparta kick. I think that will be more useful. If we get lucky, we might be able to drop him off a cliff. And that will really help. Okay, so I'm going to assign that to triangle. And let's go into the inventory menu. Okay, we've got another piece here. You have to be level 3 for that, so we can't wear it yet. And the next available quest for us is this one. A fight with Talos. But that, no, actually that's world and character, so if we go back into all that are available, Odyssey, then we can see Debt Collector is the next one. We have to go and collect the money from Doris. I'm going to change it to all so that we can keep an eye on all of them, and Odyssey is labelled here so we'll be able to see that. Right, one thing I haven't done, can anyone spot it? Have you spotted it yet? Have a look around. Have you spotted it? Yep, that's right. I have not done the sync point. I broke my own rule. I said I'd do the sync points first and I haven't done that. There is another one down here. So I am going to just go up here, do this one, run back down here and do that one, and then I'm going to come all the way down here and see Doris. I'm obviously going to cut that travel time because that will really annoy you if you have to watch me doing all that. I'll show you each of the points and then I will take you down to the main mission, and hopefully in all that time we'll avoid Talos, at least until we increase a little bit in our levels. So let's do that. So, first things first, let's just mark on our map. Let's go here first. Mark that location. Where is it? It's all the way that way. Hopefully we come to a cliff we can jump off and see how good our horse can glide. Remember, as you go, collect up any of these items that you come across. That was a great glide. Okay, so we are just going to activate this point here. Okay, now we're gonna head down there towards that statue of Zeus up the top. That's the next point that we're gonna have to sink. Let's have a little leap of faith here. Whee! Here we go. Oh, knocked me off. Come on in. Excellent, got ourselves some furs. It's always good.
Come on.
Let's head back on track. Why is he not jumping off? There we go. Let's head back on track and I'll see you up there. Alright. There he is, this Zeus, the big man himself. Lording it over everybody. This bit's actually quite funny, something that's inbuilt in the game. When you climb up, if you just go to the side here onto his
I should probably not climb on this.
She gives a little comment like that. We want to get right to the top there where the lightning bolt is. You can see the eagle symbol there. Okay, good faith. Right, now we're going to continue on. I'm going to head down there to that area. Probably don't want to get myself killed by falling off again. So I'm just going to head down there and I will see you there in a second. Okay, so here we are down in Sami.
Duris will be at his shop.
Before we pop off to Duris, I'm just going to come over here and just check this message board. Now, I know for a fact there's only going to be one message on there, and that is for mercenary work. This is the standard one that comes initially in the game. There's no other options until you have completed this island and have left to the next island or next place. And then when you check the message boards there, you'll have other options. And the ones we're interested in are the ones that are going to be labelled down as bounties and contracts. We might accept some world and character ones. We might inadvertently do some. But it's the bounties and contracts that we want the most. They're the ones that bring you the most drachmi and the most XP. Which, at least at the beginning of the game, is really what we want. Now, this is one we are going to start, because it's there as an example. And I think we've already collected enough furs to be able to complete it. So we should be fine there. But for the meantime, we have a main mission to do, and we are going to do that by coming down over here and speaking to Duris. There is also a blacksmith there. Which I don't mind showing you what they do. So before we speak to Duris,
how can I help you?
The blacksmith will be quite useful for everyone. If you want to buy an item, they have a lot of items that are available to buy, and some of these are going to be very, very useful. They'll have things on them that you're really going to want. It's worth noting that when it comes to at least armor, but probably also weaponry, you are probably not going to wear legendary outfits. You're going to own them, you're going to want to own them, but you're not going to really use them. What you're going to use is the epic arms. And the reason for that is that with the legendary outfits, you get one statistic that is the same. You've got one ability that's on those, on each item that is exactly the same as the rest of the items, and you need to have all of the particular armor set, and you need to be wearing it in order for that ability to be active. Now, once you actually own an entire set, you actually own that engraving, that ability as well, and you can put it on a different weapon. It won't be as strong, so there'll be a slight limitation. So if it's say 100% damage with staves, you'll get something like 50% damage with staves that you'll be able to use. Now, the reason that that's important is that it uses up a slot on legendary armor on each of your bits of armor, and that takes away I mean, it's 5 items that you wear in one complete item set. It would be minimum 4 abilities that you would be lacking. Whereas if you wore epic arms, you'd be able to add engravings and use what's already on those epic armor. You'll be able to use what's already on that armor to add to your statistics, and believe me, that will make you far more powerful. I'll explain a little more in the future when we start building our own armor sets, but for now, just know that at some point you're going to be more interested in epic armor than you are in legendary. Now, when you come to the blacksmith to buy, there is a Phobos skin. I can't afford it just yet, but it is available here. You can purchase it, and I probably will at some point just so we've got it. But you've also got all of this stuff here, all these resources, and you should buy whatever you can. Now this, I don't have enough to purchase 57 pieces of olive wood, and I would if I had enough. I've only got 514 drachmi, so I'm not going to purchase anything right now. Now you can also sell items. Now we don't have many items to sell, as you can see. I've got Rusty Labris is in my inventory at the moment. It's a tradable good, and I can sell all those items. They're not important. They are only there for you to sell, so you can go ahead and sell it. But you can just go into sell all trade goods, and that will sell everything automatically, and it will come out of your inventory. You can also upgrade your weaponry. So right now I'm on level 2, but my weapon and my armor is all level 1, and it shows you here that with an upgrade cost of these particular resources and drachmi, I can upgrade it to the same level that I am currently at. There is a trick to this, and the trick is that it will cost you the same, as far as I understand it, to upgrade from level 1 to level 2 as it would to upgrade from level 1 to level 99. So it's always best to wait until you are at level 99 before upgrading anything, if you can help it. You're going to get loads of armor, you're going to get loads of weapons throughout the game, so you can use them because they will rise with your levels as well, so you'll find them at higher levels. So try not to worry about upgrading your weapons just yet, or any of your armors for that matter. And engravings. You can select any item. They all have one slot to engrave. So if you go to it, you can... How do we do this? Maybe we don't have any engravings yet. Oh, you gotta click here and just hold it down to put engrave. And that has now engraved 2% hunter damage to my sword. So now that sword has become slightly more powerful. It's made me slightly more stronger. Although it's not very good at the moment because it's only plus 2% hunter damage, which isn't going to increase our hunter damage by much anyway. But doesn't matter, we used it as an example. Now that we've done that, we can go and speak to Doris. Sorry, Doris, I accidentally pushed you there, my friend.
Hello, Doris. Business looks good.
Tell Marcos to come down here himself, if he wants his money. Huh?
No, but I'm here now.
Look, I was a little late paying. Now Marcos says I owe him double because of interest. I don't have it to spare.
Well, we can be nice to him. We can even, I believe in this one, we can not take any money from him if we chose to. We could just cancel the debt. But I don't necessarily feel like in that mood at the moment. I'd rather just get my money. Thank you very much.
You should have thought of that when you borrowed drachmi, Doris.
But my family...
It's hot. I'm in a bad mood. And you are going to pay. We both know it. Now the question is, what do I break first? You? Or your merchandise?
You told Marcos I've paid enough already. I won't bow to a mercenary or to someone foolish enough to borrow money from the Cyclops.
From the Cyclops? That's how he bought his vineyard?
Look, I know you'd be dead without Marcos. What with him taking you off the street as a kid. But you know what he's doing is crazy.
So I can at this point choose not to bother him, just to leave him alone. and not get any money out of it. Now, if that happens, I'll get a weapon. But I could demand that he give me the money. If that happens, I'll get the money, but I won't get the weapon. I'd actually rather get the weapon right now, so I am actually going to leave him alone.
You're right about that. Forget it, Drachmi. Marcos and I need to have a talk.
You're letting me go? Then at least take this sword. Nothing special, but it's better than that rusty one you've got.
What's wrong with my rusty one?
I'll need it.
You better set Marcos straight or you're both dead.
He's got a point. Right, let's put on our weapon. I know that we just engraved that one, but we did it as an example, so let's not worry about it. But we're going to add this particular weapon, 5% warrior damage and 2% assassin damage, which is actually quite good. Slightly better warrior damage on this one. And I do use assassinations a little bit more than I use my... was it warrior? Or was it hunter damage? Especially since we don't have a bow and arrow just yet. Right, let's switch to that. So that part is complete. So let's look at what do we have to do now. Return to Marcos. So I will make my way down there. It's not actually far. I thought it'd be further away.
You're running out of time until the Cyclops comes for you, Malaka. He wants his money.
Could I have an extension?
When he sails back to Kephallonia, he'll come and break you as soon as he docks, if you don't get it.
Now, let's be civil.
You can't hide behind your glorious Mistios forever, Marcos. He'll kill you, the mercenary, and that little runt girl that hangs around.
Of course, not a problem. I'll get the drachmi.
Good. Or I'll come and watch the Cyclops feed you to his goats.
Ah, Cassandra, I can tell from the smile on your face, Duris has paid you your drachmi.
Who's smiling? I just heard where you got the drachmi for the vineyard. Are you out of your fucking mind?
We can get the money back, can't we? I'm sure it's possible.
Doesn't really matter what you say.
You've made an idiotic promise, Marcos. One we can't keep.
I thought you were invincible.
Maybe I am, but you're not.
I long for the old days. Remember them? They were simple. You had nothing, young and alone, and I had everything. And I gave you the world, Kephallonia, in the palm of your hand.
Alexios!
So I'm amazed how games have changed. I remember playing Final Fantasy X on the PlayStation 2, and when you got to the cutscenes, the quality of the cutscene was a million times better than the quality of the graphics and the gameplay. But this is practically exactly the same. It's just amazing how far games have come.
Don't see fishes like you every day, huh? Oh! Ha! You hungry? How about we make a deal? I do something for you. You do a few things for me. Everybody wins. Best offer you're gonna get. Think about it.
Wait!
Kephallonia. Some gift.
You were nothing without Marcos, and look how far we've come. From an orphan on the streets to a Misthios with a Havel.
And now the Cyclops will take everything away. I can't protect you from him forever. He'll kill me too.
Oh, don't be scared of him. And look at you.
How could I go up against him? With what weapons? A rusty spear? A broken bow?
There you are. Skulking around the temple won't save you from me, Marcos.
Drusilla! I was just talking about you.
You were?
I need that wood, Marcos. These new bows will be the talk of the island. I can't make anything with those bandit malakes stopping the wood shipments.
Of course you can't. Why, I was just filling my friend Cassandra in on the details. She already has a plan to deal with these bandits.
Oh, Marcos. Okay, let's back you up.
You know me. Always prepared.
What did I tell you? She will leave no stone unturned.
I don't care who does it, but someone better got those bandits. Today.
A wonderful idea. I, for one, need to rush home. Cassandra, I've cooked up a plan for our Cyclops dilemma. See me when you have time.
If you want your wood, you'll have to fix my broken bow first.
I usually only pay when the deed is done, but shit's moving at a snail's pace. Follow me. These bows will make me rich.
It's worth remembering
They're that good, are they?
that Kephallonia is set up basically to be a training ground. It's your first island. It shows you how to do your fighting, introduces you to several different missions and so on. Gets you the equipment you need to start.
That was a long time ago.
And also brings you face to face with your first mercenary as well. Things will change.
There you go, good as new.
Things will get more difficult.
As strong as Heracles himself. Give it a try. Shoot your arrow at those dummies.
Okay, so shooting an arrow, it's simply press L2 to aim, and you can see your crosshair on the screen. So you aim and press R2 for a quick shot. That's literally just tapping it. But you can hold it to charge your shot. That'll make it slightly more powerful. Okay, so now we can go into our quest list and we can see that Eye for an Eye is the next mission available. Do we let her down? We're going to come back. We're going to do that later on. So I'm not too worried about it. It's a world mission. It's not a main mission. And as I said, we're going to focus on the main missions, at least for this episode. So we can select it and that activates it. Now if we go into our inventory, we can see that we have now received the improved bow. There are much better bows that will be available, and we will change them out once we've got them. But now that we have a bow, it will make it more likely that we'll be able to find a bow. You wouldn't be able to find it before, because this is the first bow that you're able to get in the game. So let's head towards our next mission. So I'm just going to ride my way there, remembering to collect up any resources that we come along, and I will meet you there. Right. Let's see what your plan is.
Ah, here you are, and not a moment too soon.
The Cyclops is more important than a boyar. We need to talk.
Precisely what I was thinking. Let's hope Drusilla has a good sense of humor.
Well, your plan?
Right. The Cyclops and I have a score of drachmi to settle. The same score as you, my rough and tumble friend.
He wouldn't be after me if it wasn't for you, my friend.
Right. But I swear, this will put an end to it. If he insists on sending his goons after us, we'll make sure his last good day was yesterday.
Let's hear it then. What do I have to do?
What will we do, you mean? As the brains to your brawn, I consider it a joint effort.
course you do.
Think. What does the Cyclops value most? His men? His land? His ships? No! His obsidian eye!
Get to the point, Marcos.
Oh, fine. We're going to steal it.
Are you crazy? You borrow his drachmi, then you steal his eye?
Having it means we win. Then it goes to market. We kill 2 birds with 1 obsidian eye.
He'd better hold still, or he'll lose both eyes.
No, no! It has to be done without the Cyclops knowing. You cannot be seen.
Then my new bow will come in handy.
He keeps the eye in his house. It's too valuable to wear out. A wise choice until you show him the error of his ways. Wait for the sun to set, sneak in, and then bring me the eye.
Better be worth something.
Do you know how much obsidian goes for in Kephallonia?
I've never seen it.
Exactly. And not only is it obsidian, it's veined with gold. Gold! It's no wonder he saves it for special occasions.
So we'll use the profits to pay him off.
It will pay for the bulk of it. A vineyard's expensive, you know.
I don't know where the Cyclops lives.
Keep to the west side of the island. There you will find his lair.
Fine. But you won't get away with being cheap.
Cheap? You wound me, Cassandra.
It's your defining trait.
Bring me the eye and I'll prove you wrong. Remember, not a soul can see you.
Got it.
Pull this off and our heads won't be the Cyclops' trophies when he comes back.
Okay. So next mission is just down here.
Now to find the eye.
320 odd meters away.
Says it'll be hidden.
So I will see you in a moment. Alright, we're now within 150 meters, so we can use Icarus to locate it.
Hello.
There's quite a few people around. And yes, Icarus can see through mountainsides. He's very powerful. Right, these guys are all level 3. I'm level 2. This is not going to be easy if we get caught out. Although I'm not on the hardest of difficulties, so it might not be that much of a problem. But I intend on sneaking in.
I need cover. If I'm quiet, I can hide in the bushes.
Actually, where do I want to go? Let's get down here, crouch, and get under cover. I'm pretty sure I just need to go in there, but there are guards. I don't want them to see me. So just make sure that there's no one else around. Should be able to sneak past here. And steal. No? Where's the eye? Is it through the other doors? Okay. Wasn't there. So we just want to make sure we're not seen.
Alaka, must be some eye to have that much protection. I have to stay out of view.
Let's just have a quick look. It's right in this area. So, okay, let's see what we can do. Uh-oh. Let's try walking around him. Didn't see me. Didn't see me. Let's get up here. Right. So there you go. Easy steal. Nobody got hurt. Wouldn't have it any other way. Okay. Let's get this back to Marcos. Yeah, Marcos, I've got your eye, my friend. Here you go.
Aye, be careful!
Do you know how many of his guards were there? All for a fucking rock.
This rock could buy a house, my friend.
And yet, it's still not enough to pay back the Cyclops.
Oh, don't be upset. Think of all the fun we've had.
Right. Your fun, my blood. You can't keep dragging me into things, Marcos.
This will work. I promise you. Would I lie to you?
Don't make me answer that.
Take the eye, but don't sell it yet. No vendor would believe we came by it lawfully. They know exactly who it belongs to.
Fine.
Better your pocket than his socket.
I think that's enough for one day. Quiere, Marcos.
Wait! I saw a boat. One I've never seen before.
So?
The vessel's too good for this dirty town. It must be the Cyclops, and he brought friends.
He's back? I can never catch a break, can I?
Take them out, and that's one less thing to deal with. Besides, these strangers look rich as Chrysos. The Cyclops pays them well. It's win-win, my friend.
It can't hurt. What do I have to lose?
You? You're a winner if I ever saw one.
Then where are they?
In an abandoned house on the eastern coast. Who knows what golden fortunes shine in their hideout? Send them to Hades, then loot them for all they have. We'll be rich.
Simples.
The eastern coast. Can you be more specific?
I think they've settled in an abandoned house, by a small forest south of Sami.
So, if these visitors aren't from Kephallonia, where did they come from?
All I know is Kephallonia will be the last place they'll ever see.
I'm keeping some of these golden fortunes, though. No negotiations.
Not even a drachme for the man who sent you?
The rest goes to pay your debt. These are my terms.
Oh, fine, fine. Now teach those strangers what it means to be Kephalonian. Draw blood or bleed.
Okay, on to level 3. So let's check our abilities. I still really want this one, but we're going to have to wait for that until we're level 5. Can't upgrade these yet, it's too early on. Shadow Assassin is a good one if you want to knock people out, but I tend to use the arrows for that, and I would normally use Arrow Master. So once I get Arrow Master, that will give us the paralyzing arrows. So what do I want? Well, I don't want any of these particular ones. Sixth Sense. Sixth Sense is a good one. It will give you 5 seconds to begin with before an enemy can tag you and notice that you're there. And that gives you enough time to take them out or assassinate them. So let's just go with that. We've actually got to check our inventory as well. So inventory wise, we've got some nice legs that we can put on. What we've got in here, we've got the obsidian eye. That's part of this quest line. So this is the quest, Fancy Guests. So let's head in that direction and get that done. So quite a few targets, you can see that from here. So we'll need to, I think we'll need to use Icarus when we get closer to scan each one. Because quite a few, I think that's probably locations. If we check our map, then we can see that, yeah, it's locations. So you've got that whole range right there. Once we get within 150 meters, then it will ask us to check with Icarus to scan the area. Right, so just keeping an eye out for Talos the Stonefist, because he will start making his way to us fairly soon. But in the meantime, I'm just going to go on with the game in the hopes that we'll be able to get to a higher level. I think at least level 4 is good for us, but level 5 preferably, because that will give us the second wind ability as well, which will be very helpful in a fight against a higher level enemy like him. Now, we're within the limit, so we can scan. Just follow your target. And that's everything for now. When we get to within 150, there we go. We'll be able to scan for the next one. And there they are. That's all of them now. That's all of them tagged. And we have to take them out. Now, we have several options. We could assassinate them, or we could take them out by attacking. Let's start off by trying out our assassinating abilities. So if I go closer, I'm close enough to attract his attention. There we go. So as soon as he gets an exclamation mark, he's going to come to the location of where he heard the whistling. At that point, we can simply assassinate him. Luckily, they're not that strong that they don't die instantly. Let's take this one out as well. There we go. Didn't see it coming. Alright, we've got some bushes up here to keep ourselves hidden. Let's go around the back. Yep.
Who's there?
Nobody. Don't look over here. Turn around, look the other way. No. Where are you going? Let's see. Still not strong enough with our bow. Okay, let's see if we can hide in here. Ah, let's just fight them. Nice.
Somebody get water! Shit. No! Don't worry, your death won't.
Well, was that really necessary?
I normally have someone else do the field work. I don't suppose you know how to get this stain out?
There'll be more blood if you step closer.
Perhaps. But then you won't hear my proposition, Mistios. A clean slaughter. Very good work.
Not much sympathy for the men who work with you.
Not with me. For me. Employees. Now ex-employees, I suppose.
So you don't work for the Cyclops?
Your kind aren't usually believers of myth.
Not the monster. The man. You are an outsider. Why are you here?
Indeed, I'm not from Kephallonia. I'm here because what I'm looking for is. If you'll follow me, Cassandra.
are you? How do you know my name?
I'm El Pinor of Kira. How do I know your name? I did what you did. I asked and people told me.
Tell me who sent you.
An inquisitive nature. Good. That will help.
You know more than you let on.
Knowing you is in my best interest. And knowing me is in yours. My prized possession was stolen and brought to Ithaca. Penelope's woven shroud. I need you to steal it back.
The shroud of Penelope? The wife of Odysseus? You're joking.
A piece of it, yes.
Impossible. If it existed, it would be priceless.
Which is why I want it back.
Ithaca is not a small island. I need more information.
I'd start at the home of Odysseus. Well, what's left of it. An inspiring tale. A reunion of past lovers.
All right. I'll do it.
Don't expect it to be easy.
That's why it will cost you.
Then it's agreed. There's a rowboat in the harbor. Use it. It's not meant for open water, so be wise. When you have the shroud, meet me in the Temple of Zeus.
I will.
Oh, and Misthios, don't fail.
Okay. So our next mission is going to take us just across there to that island. But we've got an ability to add on first. What to add, what to add, what to add, what to add. We may add Shadow Assassin at some point, but for now, Revelation gives us a clearer view of what's around us, so that's probably a good one to get. Bull Rush I don't usually use. We saw the use of it earlier, but it's not really one that I tend to use very often. Charged Heavy Attack, always good to have, and it would be very, very helpful, but I don't feel I need it just yet. But then there's nothing here particularly that I feel that we need, but we'll go for Revelation. Alright, so let's activate our mission. In the quest section, Penelope's Shroud, that's the next part that we've got to do. And it is literally just across the way. So we're going to take this little boat, this little dinghy, and we're going to head over there.
Headed to the house of Odysseus on a tiny boat.
That's a very short
Try
trip.
not to piss Poseidon off, shall we?
So let's get on land before we do a check. There we go. We call Icarus.
The legendary shroud.
And there it is.
Pinor wasn't lying.
Now there is another mission in this area. I'm going to try and avoid it so we can come back and do it later on. So for now, the only thing we really want to do is get that shroud and come on back. I don't think I can do it quietly. So I may have to take a few people out.
Hey, get me out of here.
Nope, I'm not getting you out of there.
What was that?
Nothing there.
Well, I should see what that was.
Yes, you should. And another one. Now you see, doing that from here, I got them into the brush and they weren't able to see them.
Stop! You're not allowed.
Just get them in here. This little bush is going to end up full of bodies. Come on, get a bit closer. That's it.
That noise is annoying.
Hey, I see you.
Come on. Oh, nicely concealed. I've lost count. I've lost count. I have no idea how many are in there. Let's get another check on. Let's see what's going on in this area. So there's what we need. I don't see many others around. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 by the looks of it. So yeah, let's just head over there and deal with them.
All the years I lived on Kephallonia,
Okay, he's busy dealing with wolves. It might be a bit too far.
Someone whistling.
Yes, someone is whistling. I am. Come and check me out. Come on. Whoosh. We'll wait for you.
What the?
Okay, looks like we're gonna fight.
I mean, cloth.
Okay. Let's find our way back. I am gonna have to take another dinghy, get down to the other side, and deliver that to El Pinor. Oh, 77, 78. It's quite close by now.
I wonder if we'll be able to leave without getting into a brawl. Oh, am I kidding? This place never changes.
We've got a mercenary hot on our trail. Let's see if this pushes us over to level 5.
Cassandra? Good news, I hope.
Safe and sound.
Well done. And now the shroud is yours.
You don't want it? After all that?
I gained something more valuable today. For your troubles, Miss Theos.
If I knew any better, I'd think you were testing me.
Perhaps. You did well, Miss Theos. Tell me, how do you feel about killing a general in Megaris? Do this for me and earn double what you earned today. Are you up to the task? It would take you far away from Kephallonia. So far away you might never return.
Yeah. Generals bleed like anyone else.
Good. What do you say?
Who is this general?
They call him the Wolf.
He'd do something to offend you?
Yes, he's costing me drachmi. He's not good for business.
Anything I should know about Megaris?
Only that it's the most valuable land in the Greek world. From a military perspective, of course. Unfortunately for Megarians, it has two very powerful neighbors who just can't seem to play nice. In the tug of war between Corinth and Athens, Megaris is their own.
Why me?
Because no one knows who you are. You're invisible.
I accept.
Splendid. You'll need a boat. You have one, don't you?
If I had a boat, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
A shame. It's too far of a swim, I'm afraid. Even for you.
I'll find one.
Good. I hope it's sturdy.
And why is that?
The seas are much more dangerous, I'm afraid. War is coming, and the wolf is on the wrong side.
War? With who?
The entire Greek world is at each other's throats. What rock have you been hiding under exactly?
Kephallonia. And how do I know you're on the right side?
Because I'm the one paying you.
You won't be disappointed.
When your job in Megaris is done, come find me at Pilgrim's Landing in Phokis.
Now, obviously, I do know a fair bit about what happens in the game, but I don't want to mention too much because it's just going to be spoilers. So, I'm not going to explain too much of what I see. Now, you can see there, he's 53 meters away. He will find me. Let's take a look at where we need to go next. So our next quest is that in two parts? One is kill Talos the Stone Fist, and the other is the Big Break, talk to the shipbuilder. So let's talk to the shipbuilder. That's going to give us some XP. It might be enough to just make it over to level 5. That's added some information to our quests. So let's go with Big Break. And we look like, what have we got? Spear, level 5, can't use. Helmet, level 4. That's the Shroud. It's got good ability on this one, as you can see. It's got 1% crit chance. That will obviously go up. I think it's to a maximum of 10%. And that is quite good. It does mean that you'd be short at least one ability on this particular helmet, but it might be worth it. It depends on how we get on later on in increasing our crit chance. We also have some nice arms. Assassin damage. I'm going to go with this one, even though it's slightly less armor, because it increases assassin damage, and I do prefer playing in assassin style. So since I'm going to most likely use that more often, that's what I'm going to choose to use. Let's see if we can avoid Talos for the moment and go where we need to go. Where is it that we need to go? There it is. 191, 188, come on. I don't know why I'm expecting a location to get closer to me. So just keep our eye on where Talos is at the moment. Try and avoid him. Can I have a ship, please?
It's a fine ship, Telimenes.
Cassandra! She is that. Ready to ride the waves for the right captain and the right price.
What'll it take for you to part with her?
Couldn't let her go for less than 100,000.
100,000? Who has that much?
Someone who's serious about buying a ship. You think craftsmanship like this is given away?
What if I told you I had obsidian to trade?
I tell you I still need 100,000 drachmi. Besides, even if I took your obsidian, a ship this size needs an army to sail it.
This is Kephallonia. I could always find someone down on their luck and willing to work for next to nothing to get off this island.
The seas are treacherous now. Well, more than usual. It would be suicide.
You're not being very helpful, Telemenes.
Not sure if this helps, but rumor has it the Cyclops is coming for you and Marcos.
Rumors mean nothing. Don't believe everything you hear.
Rumor also has it his ship is docked in Kleptus Bay.
His ship, you say? I'll have to pay Kleptus Bay a visit.
Be careful. That one-eyed brute has a nasty temper.
So what do you think, people?
And deal with the Cyclops at the same
Shall we
time.
steal the ship?
2 birds, 1 stone.
Let's get down there and see what we can do. As usual, I'll probably speed through this bit and see you in a bit. Right. We're getting closer. Let's get down here and hide ourselves in a bush. There we go, nicely hidden. Let's have a scan of the area. Cyclops should be around here somewhere. Now again, there's other things to do here. There's a mission right up there that I need to get to a little bit later on. It won't be in this episode, it will be in the next one. But in the meantime, where are you? We need to locate the Cyclops. There he is.
Time to have a little chat.
So it's okay for me to kill a few
This used to
people.
be a nice village, but now it's just a nest of anarchy and crime.
Now I am really waiting to get Death Veil. It's gonna be really, it's a really good ability when you're assassinating.
Which one?
What difference does it make?
All of them, I swear, all of them! I have never heard so much fucking god talk from one man in all my days.
Let him go.
No one on this island is allowed to say that word!
Did he say Cyclops? Did he hurt your feelings?
I don't like it when people call me that! Oh, I didn't.
But you're so fat. I mean, big and strong. And you really do only have one eye.
My eye. Give it to me. Give it to me and I won't kill Marcos for having you steal it. Give it to me!
You want it? Go get it.
Oh well, I guess we don't have many options now, do we? Oh no, I think we've got a mercenary on our tail as well. Oops. Uh-oh, we're about to die. Do not desynchronize. Oh, how are we going to do this? Right, okay, let's just keep running. I need to recover some of that health. Stay here a second. So that's a little trick you want to learn. You should really give it a go. If you get into trouble, just run and hide. And you should, if you're lucky, be able to recover some of that health. Alright, I want to get rid of this archer. Oh. Where are you? Yeah, he's definitely coming, isn't he? There you go. Oh, that's the mercenary. Oh, he's not dead. Is he not dead? I have no idea what's going on. Uh-oh. Oh dear. This just got a little bit harder, didn't it? Uh-oh. Okay, is he following? Certainly trying. Come on. I'm not sure there's much of an escape. This is just a little bit too difficult. There's too many of them. I'm thinking I should have stealth taken out everybody. let's just get out of here and run. Should have got rid of Talos earlier. Alright, come on. Come on. And get lost. I got lucky there. See, how did that happen? Alright. So we got really, really lucky.
You should have turned down this bounty, Talos.
Because he's stuck down there. Okay. Well, that could have gone badly. But I knew what I was doing all along. Yeah, it's just the way that I roll. Let's go free this guy.
We shouldn't delay here any further. Even rats like these have friends on Kephallonia.
By Zeus, these Kephalonian bandits are no joke. Good thing you're on my side. They really seem to fear you. I can't thank you enough. After spending most of my life at sea, it would have been absolutely shameful to drown in a pot. Ah, where are my manners? I am Varnavas, captain of the Adrestia.
Well, Varnavas, I'm pleased to meet you. I'm Cassandra, Misthios by trade.
Oh, but you're much more than that, I'm sure.
What do you mean?
When they forced my head underwater, I prayed to the gods. And when they pulled it out, there you were.
You called, and I answered.
Many claim to have blood of the gods in their veins. You're the first I actually believe.
Where do you come from?
Everywhere, nowhere. The Adrestia is my home. But I was born in an olive grove in Mykonos. I haven't stepped foot there since I left for the military.
So, you're a soldier?
I was. My brothers and I were captains in the Athenian fleet. Until one night during a siege, Poseidon's fury destroyed our ships. That was the night I saw it.
It? What did you see?
The sea god commands more than just the winds and the waves when he truly unleashes his temper. I saw his beast, his murderous pet. Few believe me, but this dead eye is a permanent reminder. Punishment for looking on Poseidon's forbidden creature and living to tell the tale.
So why were those men attacking you?
Oh, you know the people here. No offense. I tell them a tale of my last voyage, and the next thing I know, they're acting like a bunch of savages.
What tale could you tell that would make them so angry?
My last voyage, we found a man floating alone on a raft. Before he passed, he told us a tale to make your blood run cold. Something about a horrifying creature, ugly beyond description. I mentioned the words, one-eyed monster. Next thing I know, I'm drowning in a clay pot.
Yes, the Cyclops tends to take that personally. So, you have a ship?
Of course. Gods forbid I'd end up stuck in this place.
What is it now?
Thanks to you, it's still in Sami Harbor, where I left it.
Perhaps the fates brought us together after all. I'm in need of a ship, and a crew.
You saved my life. It would disgust the gods to not offer it in return.
So, that's a yes?
My ship, my crew, and my services are yours.
You truly aren't from around here.
Ha ha! Gods know! And I thank them for that! Come now and see the Adrestia!
Okay. So let's go see the Adrestia. Somehow he made it 630 meters away from me. I'm going to call on my ride and I'm going to get there as soon as possible. And I will catch you up as soon as we're there. Okay, so here we are. Hello, Barnabas.
We are ready when you are, Captain.
Wait! Wait for me, Cassandra. I'm all packed and everything.
You're coming, are you?
If you're going, I'm going.
Phoebe, you're not old enough. I can't look after you all the time.
I can look after myself. I don't need anyone to help me.
Even if that were true, it's not your time.
But there wouldn't be any trouble. Promise. If I can't come, then take Hara.
Hara?
My pet eagle. She's my friend. Mater gave her to me. But she'll be your friend now. And it'll be like I'm there with you. You know? To remind you of me.
Thanks, Phoebe.
But you have to promise we'll see each other again.
I promise. You haven't seen the last of me. Just stay out of trouble until then.
I will. Don't worry. Okay, you can leave now.
Cassandra! Leaving Kephallonia without saying goodbye to your dear Marcos? Tell me it isn't true.
Well, you're here now, so it won't be true. Goodbye, Marcos.
All these years as a dynamic duo! I'll never replace you! Well, I may need another assistant someday, but it won't be easy. Come now, give me a hug.
All right, come here.
Yes, bring it in. Oh, will I ever miss you, Cassandra?
Thanks, Marcos. I'll miss you too. And what does the future hold for you?
Wine, of course. Though you never know when the vines will wither. I'm always ready for another adventure. Speaking of adventure, I have a task for you, dear Phoebe.
An adventure? Yes!
Already following in your footsteps, isn't she, my friend?
Ready to set sail?
Prepare to cast off. It's time to leave.
Good! The tides wait for neither man nor woman.
Time to go.
So, what course do we set? Where in this big, beautiful world does the mighty Cassandra want to go?
Megaris.
Megaris? But we'll be sailing into war.
I got a contract for some general's head.
Whose head?
They call him the Wolf.
The Wolf? Who wants Nikolaos of Sparta dead?
Nikolaos of Sparta?
The Oracle has spoken! To prevent Sparta's fall, the child must fall first.
You can't let this happen! Please, he'll do no harm. He'll help us. He will lead us.
Silence!
Stop! You can't!
She has
Does her over!
Pay for her dishonor, for the life she has snuffed. She is not Spartan, Nikolaos.
Don't listen! Nikolaos! Don't listen! No! No! Don't listen! Nikolaos!
Pater!
Nikolaos! Stop! Nikolaos! No! Nikolaos! Nikolaos, look at me! Look at me, Nikolaos! Don't! Don't listen!
Your blood is tainted. Rid yourself of this poison.
Pater? Pater?
No, my baby! Cassandra! Cassandra!
Get me to Megaris. Now.
But I don't understand. Of all the places under Ilios, why risk our necks to go there?
The Wolf of Sparta is my father.
Well, this seems to be the perfect place to end episode 1 of this playthrough. We've managed to get through all of the main storyline missions for Kephallonia, but worry not, there is plenty more to do. In the next video we will be tackling the side missions left on Kephallonia before moving on, so look out for it soon. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification button to be notified of my next upload. Please also leave me a comment with anything you'd like to see and any changes you think would be useful. Until next time, stay safe and happy gaming.